don't know what's going on with Bill.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Are the wires
You
all
are
wet?
live.
Okay, good afternoon. This is the February 14th, 2024 meeting of the Archaeological Commission. My name is Keith Grondike, Planner 3 with the Planning and Building Department, calling the February 14th, 2024 Archaeological Commission meeting to order at 2:12 p.m. Before we begin the meeting, we want to acknowledge with respect the indigenous peoples on whose ancestral lands we hold this Archaeological Commission meeting and whose historical relationships with that land continue to this day. Item 1 is a roll call. Planning and Building Services is present. Museum representative, Commissioner.
Here.
Archaeological representative Bill Cole, he's absent. Native American representative.
Here.
Alternative representative Nancy Johnson.
Here.
Okay, item 2 is the Archaeological Commission administration. The applications listed below will be reviewed by the Archaeological Commission. You are invited to view the meeting on YouTube and provide any information pertinent to those applications. If you have photographs of the site, you are encouraged to email them to the above email address by 2 p.m. on February 14th, 2024. So we'll move on to item number 3, survey required. We are at 3A, Administrative Permit 2023-0041. This item was continued from December 13th, 2023. The owner applicant is Paul Sanger. The request is an administrative permit to authorize single-family residential use on a parcel within the multiple-family residential R3 zoning district. The location is in the Brook Trails Township on the west side of Brown Road, County Road 609A, 800 plus minus feet south of its intersection with Madrone Drive, County Road 609, located at 25148 Brown Road, Willits, parcel number 098-282-13. The staff planner is Liam Crowley. And has there been anyone wishing of the public wishing to comment on this project?
Looks like Kelly has his hand raised.
Ask the person, or if you have any comments, please state your name for the record.
Hello. Hi, I don't want to speak on this project, but there's an echo and we can't understand what you're saying at all.
Okay. We lowered the volume down and it sounds fine on YouTube. Are you still getting an echo?
Yeah, I'm getting an echo.
Hi, I don't want to speak on this project, but there's an echo and we can't understand what you're saying at all.
I think it's because the audio is playing back from someone else's audio.
Yeah, I'm getting an echo.
They have YouTube on and it's echoing off their YouTube.
Do you happen to have YouTube or something else open at the same time, Kelly? Because it sounds like it's playing in the background as well.
How's that now?
I think that's better. Others don't.
There you go.
Okay, that's better. Thank you. All right, Liam.
Everyone, this is Liam Crowley, the staff planner for this project. I just wanted to give a small update. So this project was continued from the December 13th agenda, and the commission had asked me to reach out to the Sherwood Valley Band of Pomo Indians, the Tribal Historic Preservation Officer, to see if they had any comments on the project, and also whether or not they would be interested in conducting a site visit for the property. I did attempt to contact them several times, but I didn't receive any response. However, I did visit the site again in January, and I took a few more photos of the site and included those in your packets. If they did come out in black and white, I have color photos available. If you'd like me to show those, just let me know, and I can pull them up on the screen. But that's all that I wanted to say on that one. Thank you.
I just got on this. Which one are we discussing? 0041?
Correct.
First one. That little property up in Victor. Okay, so we will just make note for the record that bill came in at 217.
And I would like the county to send me a link to these. You've always sent me a link which makes it really easy to join, but was quite a hassle this time.
Yeah, I sent you a link 2 weeks ago, one earlier in the day, and then one about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sure.
Discussion?
Oh, discussion? Sonoma State, or Northwest Information Center actually requested that a survey be done for this project, and there are comments from them. So.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It goes to an intermittent, right on the edge of a little intermittent creek. Really small property. I think one of the things we talked about was just the expense of sending an archaeologist out to survey a quarter acre,
Right.
you know, and that was why we suggested that maybe the tribe would like to go and look at it. But if they're not responding,
Well, then it's up to us to follow the recommendations from the Historical Resource Information Center. That's what I would do anyway.
I would recommend that myself too.
right? So that's,
So, need a motion, I guess, to require a archaeological survey be done on this property, for this project?
Yeah, I'd make a motion that AP 2023 -0041 require an archaeological survey based on the California Historical Resource Information System, mentioning that there are, what did it say? What did it say? Where did it, oh, the proposed budget? No. Yeah, it's the proposed project has the possibility of containing unrecorded archaeological sites.
I have a motion, do I guess have a second?
second. So the second recommendation has already been fulfilled, right? Recommend that the lead agency contact the local Native American tribes. That was done, was it not?
Yeah, so Planner Crowley reached out to the tribe, but they did not respond back to him.
Okay, but it was, you did what you can do. Okay.
So I guess we have a roll call, planning and building, aye, museum representative,
Aye.
Archaeologist representative,
Affirmative.
Native American,
Yes.
and alternative.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. So now we will move on to a CEP application, Coastal Development Permit 2023-0040. The owner applicant is Jeremy and Miranda Weintraub, the agent. It mentions Aviv Kleinman, Special Projects Planner, but I believe it would be Wind Coastal Planning as the actual representative now. The request is a coastal development permit to construct a 624 square foot single family residence, use of a trailer coach for occupancy while constructing a dwelling, temporary camping up to 60 days in a 6-month period, septic infrastructure and water storage tanks, convert existing test well to production, develop driveway and connect to utilities. Phase 2 would be construct 2,014 square foot single family residence with attached 836 square foot garage, convert existing 624 square foot single family residence to guest cottage prior to final inspection of the single family residence. The location of the properties in the coastal zone, 3.5 plus minus miles northwest of Point Arena Town Center at the terminus of Bill Owens Road, which is a private road, 1.5 plus minus miles northeast of the intersection with State Route 1, located at 45400 Bill Owens Road, Point Arena, parcel number 027-361-15. Staff planner is Matt Goins.
And he is not here either virtually or in person.
Well, is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment on this item? I believe it would be.
Okay, go ahead, Megan.
Hi, Megan Durbin, planner for Wind Coastal Planning and Biology. And Keith is correct, Aviv Kleinman is no longer with us at our company. So I am here to represent the project, answer any questions, provide any information that the commissioners may want. And that's all I have to say for now.
And it doesn't appear that the staff planner is in attendance. So I would bring it back to the commission for a discussion.
I have a question in regard to the septic infrastructure. How much soil will they be moving?
I think that'd be for Megan.
Yeah.
The question was how much soil are they going to be moving for the septic?
What size? What size are we looking at?
That is, hold on one moment. Of course, that's the one report I didn't have in front of me. I won't misspeak. It is a 5-bedroom septic system.
So the report is mentioning amount of cut 50 cubic yards, amount of fill 50 cubic yards, maximum height of fill slope is 2 feet, and same with maximum height of cut slope. So
yeah, it is a relatively level parcel. So I believe that those figures were from the application itself, which mostly refers to, just the construction, not necessarily specific to the septic. And I don't see in the septic evaluation report where they are specifying how much. And just take a quick look here. Looks like the beds are about 1,700 square feet in area, the leach beds. This is going to be an at-grade system. Highline system, excuse me. So 1,700 square feet, but they don't have any specifications about cut and fill quantities.
Well, from my point of view as an archaeologist, it's on a major trending ridge to the ocean. It's an undeveloped property. The California Historical Resource Information System says that it's located in the proximity of known archaeological sites in similar environments. Therefore, I would recommend a survey.
It also has a intermittent creek that cuts through part of the property.
That's,
And it should be noted that the Northwest Information Center also requested that a survey be completed.
The ground cover looks really solid. I can't tell from this picture whether those are bushes or trees, but it's pretty thick.
Yeah, they're mostly trees. There's a small opening down on towards the southern end of the property, just to the west of Bill Owens, where Bill Owens Road cuts through the property. So yeah, it's all trees, not necessarily bushes. You know, some undergrowth, of course, but that's what you're seeing, trees. And I believe.
okay, I make a motion that CDP 2023-0040 require an archaeological survey, both based on sensitivity of the environment, the major trending ridge, and the recommendation from the Historical Resource Information Center.
I have a motion from Commissioner Cole. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call. Let's see. Planning and building, that would be me. I would agree. Aye. So Commissioner Dick.
Yeah.
Commissioner Cole.
Affirmative.
Commissioner Lockhart.
Yeah.
And Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, commissioners. Thank you, staff.
Okay. So now we would move on to Coastal Development Permit 2023-0043, case 3C. The owner applicant is Jeffrey and Margare Somerville. Agent is Kelly Grimes. Architect, the request is a standard coastal development permit to construct a 592 square foot addition to the south of an existing 668 square foot one-bedroom residence. Install a 236 square foot solarium to the south side of the addition. Relocate a hot tub and build a covered patio around the hot tub area. The location is in the coastal zone, 0.15 plus minus miles west of the intersection of State Route 1 and Virgin Creek Lane, which is a private road, located at 33041 Virgin Creek Lane, Fort Bragg, California. Parcel number 069-171-19. The staff planner is Shelby Miller, and this project was also recommended for a survey by Northwest Information Center. Shelby, do you have any comments?
In this case, they're talking about that it's located in proximity to several recorded archaeological sites. Yeah. Do the other commissioners have Barrett's map of village sites along the coast and in the interior? Is that available to all the commissioners?
They're not here.
I know. Okay, well, we should, all of you should have a copy of that map.
It's You know, I brought, some
No,
archaeology stuff
probably. Sorry.
got carried in the back. I don't know if it's here or not. It was, 2 or 3 volumes that I gave Mark.
Probably on the bin that we have.
I'll try and, I'll make a copy of it, unless Lois has it with her. And, we should make sure that all the commissioners, even if it just stays at the commission, so the maps are there when the commissioners come to the meeting. It's very helpful because it locates the towns, the known towns and villages, which is kind of helpful. Although evidently the Historical Resource Information System knows that it's near some archaeological sites, which puts it in a sensitive area.
Well, if you look at the topography map, it's about 1,000 feet from a permanent creek. It's set back from the bluff, but on very flat land, and it looks quite likely to have something there.
Well, based on all that, I make a recommendation that CDP 2023-0043 require an archaeological survey.
The very last one.
Well, before we get into that, the motion, let's ask, if there's anybody from the public that wishes to speak on this item.
I'm not from the public. I'm Kelly Grimes, the agent for the project.
Oh, the agent,
And
okay.
I'm just wondering if any commissioners have been out to the site, have been to the actual site.
They don't usually allow us to do that unless there is some specific reason.
Okay, well, the specific reason is that there's a house right now. It's a 600 or 700 square foot house, small house, and their front yard basically is where we're expanding the house, right into their front yard where there's an existing patio, there's an existing hot tub, and then to the east of that is the garage. So we're kind of just filling in the L that is created from a house that was built 50 or 60 years ago. It seems like a survey would be at an expense that isn't really justified.
So what you're saying is the area of development is there's already development on the ground?
Yes. Yeah, there's an existing house, and then in front of the house, they have a brick patio that comes out about 10 feet. We're expanding, we're coming out from the house about 20 feet. And we have to move a hot tub that exists in that exact spot. Then a little bit further away from the house is the pump house, and then to the east is the garage. So it's kind of like right in their front yard. It's been used and been used for 50, 60, 70 years. Long time.
Okay, have you been there?
Oh, I've definitely been there.
Have you seen any signs of a shell mound?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, I can change my mind on understanding your description.
Thank you. We'd appreciate that.
I could withdraw my recommendation. I don't know how the other commissioners feel.
Either comments or you wanna? Commissioner Lois?
Thank you. I would like to make a statement in regard to the subject parcel is halfway between Cleon and Fort Bragg. And my ancestors had tremendous activity from Rockport, Westport, clear down to the coast into Gualala. But there was a major activity of camping and gathering in this area right here.
Mhm.
So, from my personal information from my father, Chief Lankea, the discovery clause is really important here because we never know what's there. I just would like to have that documented. Thank you.
I have a question. Is this in regard to the parcel, the entire parcel, or just the development of the addition? So that if we say, okay, because you're just expanding the house, that's probably not gonna disturb soil, but the parcel's a lot bigger than the house. So does that mean that the whole parcel is now excused from having a survey done? I guess.
Well, it's in the coastal commission, so if they're gonna build something or do something somewhere else on the property, it would come back before the commission, I believe.
Okay.
Is that correct?
If it requires a separate CDP, then, I believe it would have to come back to the commission if the whole property was not surveyed at that time.
Okay.
Any other? So, what's the commission's recommendation, the survey or not a survey?
I think with the fact that it's just extending other stuff, we may not need a survey, but definitely the discovery clause needs to be in effect. And if they find something, they will stop and report back.
I would have to agree with him.
I would,
Considering the time frame of from the year 1700, 1800 and to present day, and there's so much damage of the precious history of my people already. That's why I say the discovery clause is important in this, because we've got the city of Fort Bragg and up and down the coast, and you know, people are trampled all over precious memories.
so do I have a motion for, not requiring a survey, but just having the condition of the discovery clause as a condition of approval?
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Okay, roll call vote. Planning and building, aye. Commissioner Dick,
Aye.
Commissioner Cole,
Affirmative.
Commissioner Lockhart,
What did Bill say?
he said affirmative. Yes.
I really want to abstain, but I'll say yes.
And,
I'll say yes.
okay. Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
motion carries unanimously.
Thank you all very much.
This is 3C?
Yes.
And now we move on to 3D, that's a minor subdivision, 2023-0003. The owner applicant is David and Linda Rossetti. The agent is Ron Franz. The request is a minor subdivision of the existing 1.26 plus minus acre parcel into two parcels. Parcel 1 would be 0.72 plus minus acres, and parcel 2 would be 0.54 plus minus acres. The location is one plus minus mile east of Hopland on the southwest side of McDowell Street, 300 plus minus feet northwest of its intersection with State Route 175, located at 13012, 13014, 13016, and 13018 McDowell Street, Hopland, parcel number 048-220-22. The staff planner is Liam Crowley, and Northwest Information Center also requested a survey be done on this project as well. Let's see. Is there anyone from the public, Russell?
Oh, Liam has his hand raised.
Okay, then we'll go to staff planner Liam Crowley.
Hi again, everyone. This is Liam, staff planner. The agent can't be here today for this meeting, nor can the owner, but they did ask me to share a map with all of you that isn't included in the packet. So I'll share my screen very quickly and do that. So hopefully you can all see that. As was mentioned, this is a subdivision of one lot into 2 lots. And the agent shared this map with me. You can see, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but this is the lot right here, and this is the proposed line where it would split it. There is a more detailed tentative map that's included in your packets that's professionally drafted, but this is just a general idea. And the agent also just did want me to share with everyone that there were a couple subdivisions for adjacent parcels that were done in the past. There was a subdivision in 2013 and then another in 2014 for some of these other lots that are to the northwest of the project. And surveys were not required for those subdivisions. So the agent just asked me to share that. But other than that, I'm available if anyone has questions. That's all I had. Thanks.
Any discussion from the committee?
Are those cannabis plants?
No, that's actually orchard of, I think, pears.
Uh-huh.
Are they cutting down the trees that, because the line kind of goes straight through a row of trees. Are they going to cut those down, or are they just, it's just going to be an imaginary line subdivision?
I don't know the exact plans of the owners, but from what I've heard, they don't plan to change the orchard at all. So I believe it'll probably just be an imaginary line.
Okay.
So, you know, in this case, because it's not in the coastal commission, any future building or ground disturbance won't come before this commission, because building permits are ministerial.
That's
And
true.
so this is our only opportunity. And because Hopland is a major POMO center, with towns and villages, you know, in the Russian River Valley, it had hundreds and hundreds of villages and towns. And so my recommendation, along with the Historical Resource Information System, recommend a survey. So that's what I would do.
I would note that as well, having experience with other subdivisions, if there are artifacts, it would be best to have building envelopes drawn around if there's any resources to prohibit building within those resource areas. And the only way you find out about those, as Commissioner Cole said, building permits wouldn't do it, is to have a study done, and if there's something there, then establish building envelopes, or no build envelopes, I guess I should say.
Right. This land's right, well, it's actually probably in some of the floodplain, but it would be a pretty high water floodplain, but it's on the Russian River.
So where's the Russian River here? I don't see note of it
Oh,
anywhere.
well, it would be,
Is that
This
it, or?
would be here.
that might be the creek that feeds it. It's out that way, but that might
So
be part,
it's coming down, you know, I'm surprised it's not. My eyes can't read that good, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's between Hopland and the subject parcel. They don't really show it, so there it is, yeah.
Before 1904, tribal people were not in the rancheria out here
Oh, there you go.
off of highway, where the roundabout is, that route going that way toward Lake County. They were not, so during the days prior to 1909, they would have been more in what we would call Old Hopland area, which is this area.
This is right where.
Lois, there you go. Liam put a map up on the screen for you.
Oh, okay. But that present day, I'm talking about the possibility, again, going down to Discovery Closet and having an archaeologist on site and,
Well, I think the idea that this is a chance to look at it when it's, you know, it doesn't
Yeah.
come up very much for just
Right.
regular development
it's,
is a good one.
So do we have a motion?
Sure, I make a motion that MS 2023-0003 require an archaeological survey in line with recommendations from a historical resource information system.
I have a motion by Commissioner Cole. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Johnson. And roll call, planning and building, yes. Commissioner Dick,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Affirmative?
which is now the Fetcher Ranch, right?
Commissioner Lockhart.
Old Valley, well, it's not anymore.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yes, and Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay, so now we come to the review of completed surveys. That will be item 4. 4A is CDPM 2023-0004, continued from December 13th, 2023. The owner is Karen and Lee Trepke. The agent is Douglas Losak. Its request is a modified permit, modified permit, coastal development permit 2004-0049. Construct a 2,028 square foot single family residence instead of the approved 5,000 square foot single family residence and located it on the location of the existing quilting barn. The location is 2.5 plus minus miles northeast of Cleon, 0.25 plus minus miles east of Highway 1, and the Inglenook Cemetery at 26585 North Highway 1. Parcel number 069-060-26, and the staff planner is Shelby Miller.
I don't think we have this one. This is the one that you sent.
I had-
Yeah, that one's electronically.
I had notes in the survey saying, recommends monitoring possible historic buildings on site, standard discovery clause. That was my notes on the survey that was submitted.
Have a historic archaeologist out there. Yeah.
Right, and, is there anybody from the public, Jocelyn?
No members of the public, but we do have the agent here present in person.
Okay, state your name, please, and
Doug Losak, and representing the Trepkes. This was originally done back in 2004 when the original coastal development permit was approved for a much larger project, 5,000 square foot house, a 640 square foot guest cottage, 2 1,400 square foot 16-foot tall greenhouses, a tennis court, all kinds of stuff were going on here. None of that has happened, except for this one house has been built in the footprint of the existing tractor slash quilting barn that was there. So nothing was disturbed when it was put up. It was simply put right on top of what was already there and had been built. For many different reasons, they've never been able to follow through on their dream property. But they do have been trying for several years to get this approved so that they can move in there at this point. That's what we're doing. We did get the original surveys that were done back in 2004, and that's what you have. And they didn't find anything there that they were very concerned with from my reading of it. So just requesting that this be approved and move forward without anything else needing to be done at this point. The building's already built. There's no more construction that is going to occur at this point. It is up completely ready to be moved into once the permits are final.
Okay. Any discussion?
Did I understand that correctly? They've already built the stuff?
Yes, that is correct. It was built several years ago. They thought they were following what they were allowed to do on there, on the property. And when they went to get the building permit, were told because they had added a bathroom and a kitchen to it, that they were not, that it did not follow the coastal development permit.
Did they have an archaeologist that conducted a pre-construction cultural resource awareness training to the builders?
I do not know. They did. They had those two documents that I sent to you from NCIS or NWIC that talked about what they had done. They had the studies done, and they followed everything they were supposed to, as far as I am aware, prior to constructing it. Like I said, the only problem they had was that in the quilting barn, they had made it so that there was a kitchen and a bathroom in there, and that was not part of a bathroom was approved in there, but the way it's a bigger bathroom as opposed to just a toilet, and they were not able to get the CDP final approval at that point. So we did an amended CDP application for that.
Any other discussion?
I don't have it.
Or follow the recommendations of the Archaeological Survey to have monitoring and standard discovery clause?
They're not monitoring construction though, that's done.
No.
Didn't you just say that everything's done?
Everything is complete.
So monitoring really isn't something that needs to be done. Maybe just have a standard discovery clause in the staff report and the conditions of approval.
So what, is there an archaeological report indicating that they had monitors present, and did they find anything?
Yeah, that's the question.
They did their survey in 2004 and they recorded historic era resources. And that it was recommended that a professional archaeologist update the condition of this site. That could be done.
Yeah, that was where we left it, I believe.
I don't remember this, so.
Yeah, I wasn't here at that meeting.
But we could recommend that a historic archaeologist visit the site to see what condition the buildings are in now. Because they're recorded. So the change should probably be noted. There's not much
I
else that
agree with
happened.
that as well.
I mean,
So recommend an archaeologist visit site to determine any changes.
One with historic.
Would be architectural,
Professional.
wouldn't it be an architectural historian?
Oh, I'm not sure how those things are micromanaged, but somebody who isn't just there for prehistoric, that's for sure.
This is
We could have something like that for a condition of approval and then also maybe have the discovery clause as two separate
Particularly
conditions.
because it's around Cleon. Cleon was, hunting and gathering places and I don't usually know.
So somebody would update, because there's archaeological site records, so they would update them, I gather.
So we would need a motion to update the original archaeological survey done in 2004.
Here's Cleon, and here's where all the activity is, Cleon, Rockport, Westport, Hidden Creek. Now we call it McCarrick.
Mhm.
And, you know, this whole area is back and forth, over the hill, over the hill, over the hill, from Hopland, from the south part, all in this area, because it was basically the ocean was, more flat, it was easy to get there, and, I mean, you know, I used to try to help my dad fish with surface, and he'd say, now you need to stay back, because when the waves come, you might get soaked. Well, I didn't listen too good. So I know that area. I know this. I mean, every summer I look forward to camping here. And this was just, you know, I was probably, 5, 6, 8, and now I'm 83. So it's very fresh in my memory about what this, and I heard the people, the elders at night, they would tell stories about years ago when we were here in the Schliffers riding, and we had great abalone and, you know, so again, I have to go back to Discovery Clause, and we never know what can happen. And
So
they didn't find any prehistoric sites during the survey.
No,
The record is for historic.
yeah, that's what they said on North State Street too. I watched them check away.
It seems to me what's missing here is the report of the archaeological monitor.
Definitely a monitor.
There was a monitor.
There was supposed to be an archaeological monitor during activities, and where is that report?
I'm not sure if there's anything between 2004, when they had an archaeologist come out, and the recommendation from the Information Center at 2023. So I don't see anything that says that anybody came out after the survey was done.
What was their recommendation?
Well, this is 2023 recommendation. They're assuming that no further work was done, I guess, because they're saying it contains recorded historic era resources with archaeological components, recommended that a qualified professional archaeologist update the condition of this site.
Right.
And then on page 42, they recommended that an archaeological monitor be present, but where is that report?
I don't see anything that's as high as 42, so maybe I just don't have the whole thing.
Well, we'd recommend,
Updating the site.
updating the 2004 report, and then, have another separate condition for the discovery clause.
And
I think
Doug Losack, I just want to say, I mean, I'm not sure what updating it's going to do at this point, because it's built. They're not going in there and disturbing anything at this point.
But they've changed it from when it was recorded in 2004, probably. And that's what they would know.
Well, they haven't really, other than construct a building on a footprint that was already there. So they haven't dug anything up that wasn't already disturbed when the survey was done. They simply, they built right there. This was existing, and that's where the property is. That's where the residence is. That was there, and that is what they built on top of.
And that was,
They didn't damage any of that?
that was surveyed in the previous archaeological survey.
I don't know if that particularly was mentioned, because it wasn't, I mean, it's no historical value to it. It's just a frame for a building that was there before.
And
I haven't seen this before.
if there's a structure there, there's not really any way of assessing any artifacts there anyway.
Right.
So, I'll leave it to the commission.
I don't know what to say.
What do you think, Bill?
Well, what it comes down to is, basically, it falls in, realm of of an architectural historian. And they've already done it, and so I kind of tend, I mean, it's already over, so.
So maybe just have the discovery clause?
Yeah.
The staff planner Shelby Miller has her hand raised. Shelby?
Shelby, we can't hear you.
Huh?
Still can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
How about now?
Oh, that's,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to emphasize that the original CDP was approved in 2004, and that included a whole bunch of other structures, like Doug said, including a quilting barn where they are essentially, they built that quilting barn under the CDP, this original CDP, and instead of going through with that quilting barn, they made that into the existing house. So they didn't change any footprint of any sort. They kept the exact same footprint from that quilting barn to this existing single-family residence now. So there was no switch of anything, just trying to be clear on that part. Thank you.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess that leaves us with just approving the survey. Although it would be nice to know if the monitor wrote a report. Assuming they had the monitor.
Where would a report be filed? With the county or with the information center?
What? The property owner should have got a copy of the report from the monitor. I mean, it's a done deal. I mean, it's just, we can just let go of it.
Discovery clause,
Just
I
do the
guess.
discovery clause.
Yeah.
Can I have a motion? Motion to, accept the survey and add a condition of the discovery clause?
I mean, it would be nice to know if they followed through with the recommendations, which was to have a monitor present during ground disturbing activities. So, you know, was there an archaeologist there when they did it, and did he make a report?
We don't know that.
I mean, we can approve it and then ask if they have a report, and it would be nice to see the report, that's all. I don't know.
Can you ask?
I can definitely ask and look for it.
Okay, maybe follow through with Shelby Miller.
I will. My clients follow most, the rules, they try to do everything correctly, so I'm assuming, they hire professionals to build the house, so assuming everything that they were supposed to do was done, I will follow through.
So the motion is to accept the survey and add the condition of the discovery clause. Do I have a second?
Second, Lockhart.
Okay. Roll call. Planning and building, yes. Commissioner Dick?
Yes.
Commissioner Cole?
Are we gonna get a report from the archaeologist that was there?
The agent is going to contact the property owner, and they're gonna look for any other report, and they'll report back to the planner, Shelby Miller.
Okay, I mean, it would just be nice to know that they followed the rules.
Right. Commissioner Lockhart?
Yes.
And Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. So, let's see.
Thank you.
I hope your client will be satisfied.
They will be very happy to use this board.
Okay, so now we move on to 4B. Case use permit 2023-0003. The owner is John Fetzer. The applicant is Mark Taub. Agent Stephanie Strawacker, MH Architects. The request is a conversion of an existing barn into a two-story facility for transient habitation, lodging limited, with 5 guest rooms and other improvements. The location is 1.4 miles north-northwest of Hoffman Town Center, on the west side of a private drive off the northwest end of Hewlett and Sturdivant Road, County Road 112. It's 1/2 miles northwest of its intersection with Road 112A, which is county maintained road, located at 11704 Hewlett and Sturdivant Road in Hoffman. The staff planner is Robert Fitzsimmons, and I would note that the archaeological report stated that there was a moderate potential for archaeological resources and a low potential for buried prehistoric archaeological resources.
So I'm gonna recuse myself.
Oh, okay.
Because this is my neighbor.
Oh, okay.
And, down the road for me.
So with that,
Come and find me, Lois, when this is done, and one more after this.
And it looks like Rob has his hand raised.
Commissioner Johnson recused herself, and anybody from the public that wishes to.
No members of the public, just our planner, Rob Fitzsimmons, here with his hand raised.
Okay, so we'll take it over to Rob Fitzsimmons.
Hi, just some minor point of clarification. The owner information on the agenda is wrong. The current owner is actually Sundial Ranch LLC, I believe doing business as Heritage Vintners. And then also, I believe, although MH Architects is still the agent on the project, I believe the specific person working for MH Architects is different, but the company is still the agent. Beyond that, I'm available for any questions.
So any discussion, comments? I'm not sure where to go on that. Just accept the survey and have the discovery clause, since it's just a moderate potential for resources and a low potential for buried prehistoric resources.
I mean, the project was surveyed and they have a plan to deal with the resources.
And it is a conversion of a barn. It doesn't look like they'd be doing much ground disturbance.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
There is some ground disturbance in the immediate vicinity of the barn, particularly the north side of it. There's some improvements, including ground disturbance.
For septic or well or utilities?
I believe the agents are in the room, so I may defer to them on that, but don't recall there being new utilities being proposed. I mean, well, yeah, I'll defer to them.
If MH Architects has some comments, please state your name and you can give your comments.
Hi, this is Matt Wallace, principal at MH Architects. Yes, the proposed transient housing would be using septic and electrical that's existing on the property.
So no additional trenching for that?
There will be some trenching, yes.
Okay.
Currently, all the electrical is overhead, and we'd like to put it underground.
Okay. I see Commissioner Cole has stepped away. Anything you want to add, Commissioner Lockhart?
No, I have no complaint, I mean, a comment, but I just noting that documentation to some of the tribal reps are completely outdated.
Well, yeah. So should we entertain a motion to accept the survey and add the discovery clause?
I would move.
Okay. So the motion is to accept the survey and add the discovery clause. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. And I will do roll call. Yes. Planning and building, yes. Oh, Commissioner Dick?
Yes.
Commissioner Cole is absent. Commissioner Lockhart?
Yep.
And Commissioner Johnson recused herself. So that would be a quorum approved it. So we are good with that one. And so then we move to 4C. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that 3-2, or what was it?
No.
What was it? 301? 3-0?
3-0, 1 recusal.
2-0-1.
And 1 absent.
He's back now.
Because Bill left.
So where are we?
We need some sugar.
We're getting Nancy back, and then we are going to start back on 4C.
So, I mean, this property was totally surveyed by Van Buren, and they have a plan, for protecting the resources, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, I think we should just approve this.
Well, we gotta wait for the others to come back.
Right. Yeah, at the beginning of the meeting, did they do a land acknowledgement?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes?
Yes, we did, Bill.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow night at, City Center. City Center, I mean, at the delegates forum. I'll be on Zoom.
Where'd she go?
She was over by the printer.
Here she goes.
Oh, there she is.
Sorry, I was trying to track those books down. I gave Mark.
Yeah, we looked in his office, I couldn't find him.
Oh, okay, he may have taken them home, or I don't know where
I put him somewhere.
but one of them may have been buried. I just
So
can't
we're ready to
remember.
start on 4C.
Okay.
Okay, 4C is a use permit 2023-0012.
Some of the survey was.
Owner Westport Village Society, applicant agent is Thad Van Buren. The request is a use permit to improve public coastal access by constructing a concrete stairway between the beach and bluff top, constructing a paved parking lot, and installation of a sign at the trailhead in the parking lot. The stairway construction will include wood rails anchored into an exposed bedrock bluff. The paved parking lot will be connected to State Route 1 and will involve grubbing, grading, and placement of log barriers around the perimeter to prevent vehicular entry onto the surrounding terrain. The location is in the coastal zone 1.4 miles plus minus miles north of the Westport Town Center, west of State Route Highway 117 plus minus feet from State Route 1 and Branscombe Road, County Road 429 intersection. Located at 39000 North Highway 1, Westport, California, parcel number 013-890-01. Staff planner is Shelby Miller, and is there anybody from the public?
No members of the public, but we do have their agent / applicant, Thad Van Buren.
State your name and you can comment.
Okay, I'm Thad Van Buren. Thank you for having me. And I am also the archaeologist that did the report for the project. This is a proposal by a nonprofit, Westport Village Society, to build public access improvements, and I'm happy to answer any questions if you have some. That's it for now.
And is the staff planner available?
Yes, that is Shelby Miller.
Do you have any comments, Shelby?
I do not at this time, but I'm happy to answer any questions regarding this project.
I'll bring it back to the commission. Any discussion?
Trying to find the site records, archaeological resources, so I assume there's some site records in here somewhere?
I should note that the archaeological survey was recommending to required to protect known archaeological sites, a management plan prepared to conserve resources, tribes to be consulted to ensure their views are considered, need further exploration of wetland area C, I'm not sure what that is, and then standard discovery clause. So I'm not sure Shelby Miller can maybe discuss that further, or
has the grant been approved? Did they get the grant?
I think they did, yes.
Okay.
But what was your question? I'm sorry. What did you say?
there seems to be quite a bit of requirements in the conclusion of the archaeological study that would have to be met. I would, I guess, recommend that all of these requirements would be part of the conditions of approval.
Absolutely. We also have, well, this is a separate situation, but we also asked the applicants to provide a slope stability analysis regarding this project. But I guess that doesn't have much to do with work, that's all.
Any further discussion?
I'm just trying, so a shell mound was found and this stairway is going to go through it? Is that the basic?
Could I speak?
Yeah, he can go.
So this is Thad Van Buren. The stairway and the parking lot, which are the major improvements, are nowhere near any archaeological sites. There is a small shell mound that was discovered along the bluff edge, and the trail is being routed around that midden area. And it's simply a mowed trail. It's not being developed in any way.
So the idea is that there's a site in immediate adjacent, it's right where the people will be traveling through on the stairway, but it doesn't go through it. Is that right?
No, it's not near the stairway. It's a good 500 feet away from the stairway location.
Okay.
On the bluff edge, farther south.
I'm trying to figure out what the information center means about a management plan.
Well,
The management plan was actually already done, by the way.
so did the State Coastal Conservancy grant, did they acquire the grant?
They did award the grant to the Westport Village Society to acquire the property and carry out the planning to take us through the permitting stage. And we anticipate that they're going to fund the construction of the project with a second grant later on, assuming that the permit is approved.
So it's gonna be a publicly managed land, which will take into consideration our archaeological concerns. So we can approve the project. Is that your take on this?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Lockhart, anything?
Yes, I have a comment. On page 41, in regard to archaeological survey, starting on page 37, Previously recorded site BA-23-2955 is likely buried under at least 3 feet of fill under State Route 1 and does not likely extend into the subject property. The site was discovered in August 1963 when 2 graves were excavated by University of California, Berkeley archaeologists. Consisted of human remains. Inside a redwood blank coffin fastened with iron nails. Was judged to be a 40-year-old female Native American buried with about 1,000 clam disc beads. That's grave goods associated with this second burial included a rounded granite rock that may perhaps be a mound. Anyway, I just wanted to have that documented in the record because, as I say, and then looking at page 40, we see sites, and where's the burial? You know, I mean, this is just the narrative from the. You know, and it didn't.
So they're under Highway 1?
Yeah.
Or they were found under Highway 1?
Yeah, and that brings to mind, you know, this is difficult for me to handle at times. So, very sensitive area.
Does the grant have anything that would be culturally significant for the Native Americans in the area? That could be, what am I thinking of? You know, not a poster, but a plaque or something?
Historical marker?
Historical marker noting, you know, the vicinity of the tribes and the people in the area.
Yes, management plan was prepared under the grant to carry out the long-term management, and our nonprofit engaged with all the local tribes in the area. We invited them to participate directly in on-site meetings and which took place, and we're doing ongoing coordination with the tribal groups about their desires for use of the property, because we're going to manage it for the public's benefit, including theirs. And this is a location that has been used for thousands of years in the past. We know that, and so whether there will be a plaque or something is uncertain and not determined yet in consultation with the tribes, but our engagement is ongoing. Mostly we're trying to facilitate what they have told us about, which is that they collect seafoods of many different types in this location. And so we want to make sure to facilitate that activity going forward. They've expressed interest in native plants on the terrestrial land here, and we're hoping to work with them to see if, you know, there's something that might be done to nurture the plants that they might use for basketry or food purposes or healing, and collect them on the property if they so desire. But nothing formal has been developed yet with the tribes. We're looking for them to co-manage it with us for the public benefit. So that's a future engagement that's spelled out in the management plan, which we did submit to the county as part of the permit application package. I'm not sure if that was made available to you, but we did submit it, and it should be available as part of this U 2023-0012 file.
Well, I feel like this is well covered, and we could go ahead and make a recommendation for approval.
A motion to approve the survey, but also incorporate the recommendations of the archaeologist into the conditions of approval.
Yeah, and the management plan.
And one of them is the management plan.
I mean, I would accept this, I would accept their management plan, as stated, and, I'm willing to approve this project.
And, and add the discovery clause as well.
Yeah.
That would be the motion then. Do I have a second?
Yes, second.
Okay, roll call. Planning building, yes. Museum representative, Dick.
Yes.
Archaeological representative, Cole.
Affirmative.
Native American representative, Lumpert. Yes. Alternative representative, Johnson. Motion carries 5-0. And so that concludes the agenda items. Item number 5 is matters from staff. I had a note here to contact Brian Much from the Chris to come in, but we haven't yet determined if that's going to happen. And matters from the commission. Are there any other matters from the commission?
I just want to state that I won't be at the next one, so if that affects a quorum, maybe everybody else could make sure they show up.
Okay, we'll make note of that.
What happened to case 3B?
That was
3B, the survey is required.
Survey was required for 3B.
Yeah, you did the first motion and then Commissioner Johnson seconded.
Okay. I guess I missed that one. I have something to talk about at this. There's something from county council where they're going to disband the Archaeological Commission. What's that all about?
I haven't heard anything else about it.
Yeah, they mentioned it, but we're not sure if that's going to follow through. I think you and I and you, the commission, will be the first to know.
Well, I mean, it seems kind of unprofessional for them to say they're going to do this and they haven't even talked to us as a commission.
Yeah, they haven't, from what I've heard of, they haven't gotten back to any commissions that they've said that to.
Who are they?
There's a few other ones, I don't remember them all.
Board of Supervisors.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that, well, I got an email from county council saying that, well, I'd have to, I don't know how to go to my email now and read it to you, but it was talking about that they were trying to say that the ordinance is outdated, it's not modern, and they don't need the commission, and they want to go ahead and go with the state rules. Well, the state rules simply say, according to CEQA, if there's an effect to the environment, of a project, it goes to the lead agency, which is Mendocino County. So it was very confusing to hear this email from them. It doesn't make any sense.
Typically, a planner would review a project for any impacts to archaeological resources, and if it's possible that there may be impacts, then, well, we'd send it to Sonoma State regardless, usually. The planner uses their own direction in determining if it needs to go to Sonoma State or the Northwest Information Center for a review. But typically we do if there's any ground disturbance or if it's a subdivision or something. And then we go from there, whatever the Northwest Information Center recommends or requires, and that's what we require.
So is county council, are they going to talk to us about what they're, evidently this went before the Board of Supervisors and it was passed that they're going to disband the commission. Is that true?
I wouldn't really know. You probably have to speak to Julia Krog, the Director of Planning Services.
Because they sent me this email and wanted me to, saying that I needed to reapply to be on the Archaeological Commission. And then I went to reapply, and then because they said they're gonna, the county commission disbanded the Archaeological Commission, so I can't apply for it because there is not a commission. But now we're here and there still is a commission. So it's very confusing.
I will try and get some clarification and maybe send you an email, send the commissioners an email, hopefully to clarify the status of the Archaeological Commission.
That would be nice.
I think it's important.
It's very important, and Lars Lockhart, Native American representative, of course, I'm not in cyberspace, I'm here in the real world. And I haven't received any type of correspondence. I've just had second and third hearsay information.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would like to have upfront, valid, correct information coming from our leadership, i.e. Board of Supervisors, Director of Planning and Building, and so on and so forth down the line, so I know where I stand, so that I can alert my tribal community as to what's happening.
I'm writing myself a note to check with the planning director, and I will email each one of you a status report if I can get one.
Yeah, that'd be great. And you have my mailing address, so.
Yeah, I'm sure we do. Mark Kleiser would probably have it. So if that's all we have, then I'd make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 3:34 on February 14th, 2024.
And then just for the record, there's no one else on Zoom for matters from the public.
Right.
Second it.
Motion and second. I don't know if I need to do roll call for that.
You're good.
I guess we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day. See you,
All right.
Bill.
Fairly well, I guess.
You took off.